Tell me what you're doing here in Fort McMurray.
So I am a site selector, which means that we are helping pair companies who are looking to deploy capital. That could be financial capital, it could be human capital like workforce, and helping them find kind of that ideal community that can represent that kind of ideal intersection of both location, cost, and workforce.
What do you think of Fort McMurray so far since you've been here?
I've really enjoyed my time here. Lisa and Jessica have done just seriously an outstanding job of showing us the community, showing your amenities, kind of the value proposition of why companies would want to locate here. I think if I had any feedback, it would be that it seems like you have all the components of what is going to make you successful. It is very clear that your community leadership has a passion for this community, has a passion for ensuring that businesses can succeed here and that all your residents can succeed here. My recommendation would be for things to work on would be the strategy and really the consensus building, because I do not get a sense that kind of all leadership is on the same page of what is going to make you successful. So I think working with someone to really put together a cohesive strategic plan will be really critical to your future success.
What are 3 things you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I love to travel. Obviously, as a site selector, we're visiting communities all over the world, but just personally, I love to travel. I love to cook. I love to spend time with my family, and I like to be active. So I like to do yoga. I like to be outside. I think I told you I grew up in the Midwest, so this weather is wonderful. It's beautiful here.
One of the things you said earlier is that it's colder. Like, we fight about who's colder.
Yeah.
It's sort of tougher thing here in Canada.
Yeah.
So how cold was it growing up?
It was real cold.
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota, yeah.
I kind of think you're right, because Winnipeg, I would argue, is our coldest. You're like Manitoba's just above.
Yeah, I grew up in Southwest Minnesota, which is more kind of plains, right? So we're not sheltered by anything.
No,
so yeah, as the wind comes through, people would be like, oh, it snows there, but it's so beautiful. And it's like, no, it snows sideways where I grew up, and it like hits you in the face and it hurts.
Now you're in Nashville?
I am, Nashville, Tennessee.
So tell me about Tennessee.
Tennessee was quite this culture shock for there. I've been there 15 years now. And over those 15 years, Nashville has just grown, incredibly. Huge. When I got there, it was a very small, I would say, town. I don't even know if I would characterize it as a city. I think Nashville struggles with kind of the same feedback I've given you. Yeah. We don't really have a cohesive strategic plan for growth, yet we have explosive growth. So when you're just growing for the sake of growth, certain sectors of the population get left behind. I always tell people, because they're like, I think they know kind of like our branding, right? Nash Vegas or Smashville from the Nashville Predators, which is our hockey team. And so I think people kind of have this outsized perception of what Nashville is. Nashville to me is still a very provincial town. We have the tourism, we have, some of the other things, a big convention center now that have made us seem bigger than we are, but it's a very small town. It's, I think, 8 miles kind of from end to end in the true city of Nashville. So it has been an okay place to raise my family, but I miss Minnesota. I do not miss the winters. Yeah. But even, you tend to romanticize things, once you're gone. And so my parents still live there. They're quite elderly. I have to go check on them at least once a month. And so even when I'm up there in the winter for, even a week, I'm just like, I could do this again, but I don't know.
I love Fort McMurray in the summer. The sun doesn't set.
It is absolutely beautiful here.
I guess my final question is, you're the mayor right now of Fort McMurray. What's the first thing you're going to do to help build our community?
Consensus building. I think you have such an interesting mix of community leadership here. Everyone who's, been successful has obviously their own ideas about what is going to make your community successful. But the most successful communities that I've placed projects in, that I have gone on site visits to, you feel that collaboration and agreement and coordination in the community. I really think that consensus building is going to be so important. And there's obviously things that every city can work on, including Fort McMurray. You can work on your zoning. You can work on your infill downtown. You can work on kind of the perception of what people feel when they drive into town for the first time. You have all the pieces and the amenities, I think, of what are going to make you successful, but true leadership and I think true cohesiveness in a community has to come from the top. It has to come from your leadership. So I think that consensus building with your leadership is going to be really important.
Thank you.
Yeah.